So today we need to take a look at reviewing this idea of the Pythagorean theorem. And you'll remember that the Pythagorean theorem is really a relationship between the legs and the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Excuse me. And so we do have our theorem here. And so we're going to use that to solve for a missing side. Now, something really important to keep in mind is that our A and B, it doesn't matter which place they're in. They're both legs of that right triangle. But your C must always be the hypotenuse, or the side that's right across from that right angle. So we're going to go ahead and set one of these up. Here you see we have a triangle with a leg of 10 and a leg of 12, and we're looking for this missing length of the hypotenuse. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in to our equation there. 10 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. That is squared. And then as we square those, remember we're going to want to add them together. So we're going to get 244. Now when we get to this step, what that means is to undo the square, we're going to take that square root of 244. Now here's the part that's going to be really important to pay attention to. We want to find the square root of 244, and in the past you may have just plugged into your calculator and found out what it is. But we want to actually write that as a radical, and so we're going to use what we've been looking at with simplifying those radicals and work to simplify it. Remember, you may do this different ways. I'm going to just look at it in that factor tree, where I can say, well, I know this is 2 and 122. Keep splitting it up until I have all those factors. Right, I get to 61. I need to split up 61. It's not an even number. You can see that 3 isn't going to go into it. 4 isn't going to go into it, nor 5, or 6, not 7, or 8, or 9. We might be done here, right? So what that means is square root of 244, excuse me, is really 2 times 2 times 61. Here's a double. So we're going to get 2 times the square root of 61. Make sure that you're finding that missing side, but then you're simplifying it also. Okay, here's another problem. Remember that we want that C to be the side right across from our right angle. So as we set this up, make sure that you're noticing that that X is actually a leg this time. Well, this is 14 squared. So we can go ahead and square the things that we know. 14 squared is 196. I want to get this 81 out of there. So if x squared is equal to 115. Now remember, we don't want to just plug it into a calculator. We need to take a look at that and simplify our radical. So I'm going to go ahead and do that over here. Square root of 115. I'm going to break it into my factors. I know this will be 5 and 23. Can 23 be broken up anymore? It's not an even number. Can't divide it by 3 or 4 or 5. Right? Plug it into your calculator and see if there's anything else that we can divide it by. But 23 is actually a prime number, which means we cannot simplify this. That will be our most simplified square root.